Comment below if you want to see us put this engine in John's gas air.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well,
I'm all about it.
I hear a really loud, choppy V8 outside, so we should probably go out.
I guess so.
You know who's here, right?
Yeah, it's like a car. It does things. I'm not sure.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a 65. But actually, I'm not sure. It's pretty modified. Let's go check it out then. We gotta go help this dude. Let's go help this guy.
One Darnall powered Volkswagen Bug. Wow, this thing looks fast. So a bunch of people have been asking what this thing's doing here.
Well, who drives it?
And we've long been bugging Darnall to buy his own project car, and this is what he picked up. What is it, and what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna build it.
What do you want to do to this thing?
I'm just collecting parts right now. Got some KWs coming, got some wide fenders coming.
Wait, wide fender like?
Yeah, not blocks like flared. Like they're just stock.
They're just really wide.
Yeah, I'll put like 3 in the back, 2 in the front.
So you're just building this thing to be like a fun street jammer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Put some grip in it. I'll build some custom lowers for it and stuff.
Nice.
Everything adjustable. Got a decent little turbo motor sitting in my garage for it.
Hell yeah. We know there's some air-cooled Volkswagen fans out there, so let us know what you want to see them do to this thing. You're supposed to talk.
Well, I was, but then you started talking, and all of a sudden you just turned around and put a camera in my face.
What are you doing right now?
That's life here. You get a camera thrown in your face and you got to do something about it.
I feel like Cacao suddenly. I'm so close! Why are you in my face?
Arms length. Arms length.
Oh, well, back to this. Tell us a little bit about this creation. What did you build it for?
I built it for my wedding, and it was a mild little 289 Mustang, and I tend to not do things alone. And so over the last 12 years, for my evenings, I just kept doing little things to it. So I have a suspension shop.
Oh, okay.
And that's all I do is suspension. You know, I valve all my own JRI shocks. I do all my own. I make all my own controls, all my own geometry. 3-link in the back. It's got a rocker under suspension. It's got a Roush Yates nationwide NASCAR engine, and it's got a C&R dog box in it.
Sick. And well, let's look at all this stuff.
Yeah.
What did you build this thing for? Like, so it was just for your wedding, but no plans to make it a crazy race car at first?
No, I kind of hack everything up I get. The only stock thing
Respect that.
is my truck. I want to get there, so that's why I haven't touched it yet. So, but then it grew into like an Optima car. Good Guys Autocrosses and Ultimate Street Car Series. In order to keep up with the Joneses, you know, I started making it wider and lower, and I started messing with different torque arm configurations. But the car had to be a street car.
Yeah.
So you couldn't like rip all the interior out because they judge you for that. You still have to have interior, you still have to have operating windshield wipers and lights and blinkers. And so the car, in those events, you still got to take the car 100 mile drives like on the highway.
Still
oh yeah.
As a normal car that can race.
Yeah. So if you want to keep up with cars out there that got 1,000 horsepower, you better not have 150. You know.
Well, let's check out what's under the hood of this thing.
So yeah, I'm not.
You want the prop? I can get the prop.
No, that's all good. Okay. I got the gun show.
All right, put them out.
It's 8-inch pythons right there.
Yeah, brother.
Not the ammo though.
Wow!
That's messed up, dude.
Man, he likes to take jabs at you.
Well, yeah, I'm not a show car guy at all. I don't really care about show cars. We make 750 horse on a 4-barrel, and it's 580 foot-pounds of torque. But yeah, you know, so we went to put the motor in, and it wouldn't fit. The cylinder heads were physically where the where the shock towers were. So I designed a new shock tower and all the upper and lower control arm mounts.
So is this a dry sump?
Yeah. It's got a 5-gallon dry sump system in it, Auto Verde pump.
Can you imagine changing oil in this thing?
We're buying 5-gallon pails. Lucas Oil, dude. That's
So not very experienced at dry sump, how long does the oil last with a dry sump, being that you run so much? Like, do you get extra oil life out of it?
Do you like your motor? I mean, that's really the question is, the more you like your motor, the more you change it.
Right.
So depending on the oil, some oils have like a bunch of additives and they actually separate out of the oil as it sits. So if you let the car sit, say, over a month between each time you drive it, a lot of times the zinc will fall to the bottom of the pan. And then you don't have some of those properties you need to coat the bearings.
Right.
So I'll generally run this car 2 or 3 times and then change the oil. But 2 or 3 times might be 2 or 3 full weekends.
Yeah.
So road course full day, autocross full day, speed stop for a day, and you're running it 78 or 8,700 RPM. So you just buy the 5-gallon buckets.
There you go.
Did you see these gauges?
Oh yeah, it's all old school.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And a mechanical distributor I'm going to put in. So get the little notchy wheel. So back here.
Homebrew stuff.
Yeah, let's look at the more interesting. What is that?
Yeah, so there's a
Inboard
lot of stuff
setup.
Yeah,
all over
man.
the car that you can't really see because the car, I, even though it's all flared out, I don't like flaunting it a bunch. So the rocker arm system, I've been working on that for about 8 years on ratios and whatnot, and I ultimately ended up to like a hub design so I can change the profile plates for different motion ratios because I figured it out after a while that I wasn't going to get it right the first shot. So I kind of have to make it tunable. And the floor is all raised up because the car has been lowered. I raised the frame rails. And then that's where these go down and support the brackets that support the rocker system.
You want to drop some tech knowledge for the people? What is the benefit of an inboard suspension setup?
So originally what happened in the 60s was you had the renaissance of aero. Guys were figuring out that you got a lot of aero, like this wing could make the car stick to the ground like 69, 70. And so as they started developing the understanding of aero, the cars started bottoming out and getting smashed on the ground, and they started having issues springing enough of the car and getting enough spring.
Because when you're adding aero, you're adding weight to the car. The air is pushing down on the car.
Yeah, so it makes the car stick to the ground. So it makes the car physically heavier. I mean, a car might weigh 1,500 pounds, now weighs 3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So you need to ultimately put bigger springs in it to hold the car up. Well, they started getting so much downforce, 6,000 pounds plus of downforce at speed, that they couldn't get a spring big enough. I mean, they had these springs that were like semi-truck springs in these little formula cars. And it was getting so crazy that they figured out if they took it and they put a rocker arm in there, they can change the mechanical advantage and they can make a 500-pound spring feel like a 1,500-pound spring. And then now the shock acted like a shock to control a 1,500-pound shock. So what happens is that was the original concept of a rocker arm style suspension, was to deal with aerodynamics and the pressures developed from that. But when I did this, the old school Mustangs, everybody wanted a coilover system, and in order to put it appropriately in there so you can control wheel hop and stuff, you had to lay the shock over and you had to cut a bunch of things, and then all of a sudden by the time you're done, it didn't work like you thought it should because the ratios and everything sucked. So if I made a rocker arm, I could make that shock act like it was sitting right in the middle of the tire. So now the car responds really fast, and I don't have it packaged all funny under the car just trying to keep it under the car. So this makes the car feel really good when you're driving it.
That's awesome. So what spring rates are you running on this? Because this has more of like this type of wing is more for drag, not downforce, correct?
Yeah, this kind of stabilizes the car. I run a bunch of different springs on this thing.
Okay. So what's for like a road race application? What are you generally running?
It depends on the track.
Oh, okay.
So this is your secret. You're not gonna let it go.
That's why I'm in business.
Yeah. No,
all right. Okay.
Yeah, so,
Stop bugging them, Vin. Let it go.
I thought that was like common shit you talked about.
No, apparently not.
Hey.
It's like, hey, what color,
race car stuff. I don't know.
What color is your woman's underwear?
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about that one.
I really like the nostalgia race car feel of this thing. I dig it.
You can't really see it, but it's all attached into the door. The cage and everything's all welded together. So
Nice.
if you sit there, maybe if the light can open it up, you can see across, and it's all gusseted.
Oh yeah.
The
On that side,
the tunnel's all been raised a couple inches. This whole floor, it's all aluminum, and it can come out. Down in here, we got brake bias adjusters. We got a hydraulic brake bias adjuster.
You want to grab it? Leave it inside.
It's a hanging pedal assembly by Willwood in there, so you can see the pedals. So there's a lot of. I tried to not make it gaudy.
How many hours do you have in this real world?
Last year, I spent 2 months straight rewiring it, recaging it, and flaring it, raising the frame rails, making new long control arms, changing the front spindle geometry, and it was 2 months every night straight. Some things you don't want to add up.
No, I get it. I can hear. I can understand that. Yeah, this is cool. How it's all into the.
Bolts on that radius.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Like the flares, when I did the flares, they're all aluminum.
Yeah.
So it's actually a composite fender. The fender originally weighed 8 pounds of fender. Now the front is all glass. This is Kevlar. And then when I did this, I saw a bunch of old school guys doing aluminum work, so I wanted to do aluminum. So I rolled it over a gas can, like one of those, like a 16-gallon fuel jug. And then I welded a return flange on it inside, and I bonded it. And so there's just really very little, if you feel it, there's very little Bondo in there, so it's still really light.
Wow.
You know, if you feel like that corner. So the front and the back are all aluminum flares, and you can see evidence of that.
Yeah, I saw it on the chip.
Yeah, I lost a chunk of rear suspension in our brake deal at the bull ring in Vegas, and the tire came forward and macked it, but you can see the aluminum in there.
This is Mike's son, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick, you're going to check this out on the street when your dad's not around? You don't have to tell nobody. No one's watching this. No one's watching this. If you take it.
To be determined.
Okay, I like that.
I like that the harness bar comes out and then you still have the back seat.
Yeah, we've had baby seats back there for a lot of years.
Really?
Yeah.
Right now, only thing you fit Kakawa and Y2K can fit back there. That's about it right now.
Yeah, we just pull the pins on either side.
No, leave the pins in.
Oh, got it.
Let them just climb up behind
They
it.
can like squeeze in. Behind
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
it.
a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
don't
see?
jab the brakes and get a tooth job.
All right, well, this is where we get into our part of the video where we
We don't have a racetrack here.
No, we don't.
So
What's
you're
it gonna
so
do?
you're gonna do donuts?
I don't know. I don't do donuts.
I mean, we're at the donut garage.
You mean that old fashioned in there wasn't mine? Is it?
Ooh, you want to eat that while you do donuts?
We could do donuts and donuts. There you go, man. That's legit.
The etiquette is we just scumbagged you to take a very, very nice car that you spent many, 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 many years building to ask you to do something you normally wouldn't do in it.
Time to do a race or something?
Yeah, well,
Cool.
yeah, you have a very nice car. You don't want anything to happen.
No, I don't care about the happen part. I just had fun.
That's good.
Trying to figure out what I should do next.
It's up to you.
Well, we'll do some more cuts and try it out. I'm not allowed to get out of the box like this very often.
That's why you
know,
came
you're
here,
gonna-
Mike. That's why you get to get out of the box. You're out of the box now.
Out of the box.
Yeah.
This is kind
If you had a radio, you could play Radar Love right now. You could
Radar
really...
Love, dude. Yeah, I'd do that. Radar Love.
no reverse.
There you go. And I think that's as far as I'm going. This one's
Sword stop
Okay.
up there.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna say it? What? Oh, that's rap.
Come on.
Boo! Look at this guy. Look out. You just gotta come at me with that? I'm trying to work here, bro. Okay, now it's a rap.
He hasn't. No.
Ah! That's a rap!
Another Mustang made it out alive.
Oh man, why would you say that?
Straight from Joey.
Why would you say that?